अगला स्पीकर को बुलाना चाहूँगा जो कि हमारे बीच आए हुए हैं, मिस्टर PS श्रीधर मूर्ति। उनका टॉपिक होगा हिंदुत्वा पर। इंशाल्लाह वो हमें बताएंगे हिंदुत्वा नाम की क्या, हिंदुत्वा नाम किस चीज़ का है इंशाल्लाह।
Previous speaker should have mentioned one important aspect. As soon as the Vajpayee government came, they formed a committee to rewrite the constitution under the presidency of M.N. Venkatachalaya, who is an RSS man, who was the former Chief Justice of India. And after spending a lot of money and after having all deliberations, they said, we have no powers to do it. Which means their intention was to destroy the basic structure of the Constitution. Our biggest protecting force is Constitution. As long as Constitution is there, these people cannot wag their tails. That is a fact to be noted. Now coming to my own topic. We are told, you must have heard, about Hindu scriptures. They say Hindu scriptures. One sorry, they are all in Sanskrit language. It was written by Aryans. Sanskrit is the byproduct of Central Asian people who came here, Aryans. Iran is another name of Aryan. Aryan and Iran, the similarity in pronunciation. They came over here and some mingling and all that took place, no correct records are there. The earliest book, according to them, and according to even Western historians, including Oxford, there is a book called Rigveda, the earliest book. That Rigveda, which is supposed to be the earliest book itself, contains the proof that Aryans came from abroad. Indus Valley civilization does not have horse in it. Horse came from them. It came from outside. There was a culture, original Indian culture, Moola Bharati Samskriti, which had nothing to do with this Sanskrit, with these ideologies and all that. They came over here, they dominated the local people, and always the dominant group always dominates mentally, psychologically, physically, militarily, politically. They do it. That is what they did. They enslaved the original Indians, who were the original Mool Bharatis. The original Indians were enslaved. And what they wrote in these 4 Vedas, the names of which I need not repeat, it is all well known to all of you, the so-called great 4 Vedas. There is no religion in it. It is sociology. Brahmin, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, Untouchable. This is sociology. Where is religion in it? If there was religion in it, I tell you one more thing. Who is a Christian? One who honors, respects Jesus, one who has got faith in Bible, one who goes to church, and one who observes Christian doctrines is a Christian. Who is a Hindu? No definition. In order to be a Hindu, should a person have faith in God? There is no answer. There is no clear answer. There were a group of called Charvakas who did not believe in God. They destroyed Babri Masjid in the name of Rama, supposed to be incarnation of God, which is correct. So this is sociology, and there is no religion in it. And there is not one book. What is known as Hindu scriptures contain 2 parts, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti is that which is heard, Shravana, Shrotra in Kannada TV channels you must have heard. Shrotruganu, that means hearers, those who hear. Shrotri, Shastri, one who heard. That is Vedas. And Smritis is Manu Smriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, Apastambhaga, Sutras, Manu Janma Shastra, there are this. How many Smritis are there? There is no number. In addition to this, Upanishads are there, which are supposed to be compendium of what contains in Vedas. How many Upanishads are there, we don't know. There is dispute among them. And there is Bhagavad Gita. How many books? What is the total number of scriptures you have? There is no clear answer. The most important thing about these people is there is no clarity, there is no limit. When the enslaved people were called Chandalas, that is some outcasts, despicable people, condemnable people. You might have heard in Kannada, untouchables are called Asprishas. Have you come across that word? Asprishya. Asprishya is not there in the scriptures. Scriptures use the word Chandala. Englishmen called them untouchable. Asprishya means untouchable in Indian languages. In Kannada they say Asprishya. In Telugu, Antarani Vallu, those who should not be touched. Therefore, unity and Hindu, the word Hindu is not found in any of the scriptures. In scriptures which are numbered, scriptures whose number is disputed, including what is called as epics, Puranas, the word Hindu is not found. It is not an Indian word. The word Hindu is a non-Hindu word. The word Hindu itself is non-Hindu. It is clearly a Persian word. And you all have heard the story that when Afghans and Persians crossed the river Sindhu, Sindhu became Hindu. This is what they say. What about Hindu Kush mountain? Hindu Kush mountain was there in Afghanistan. And why it is called Hindu Kush? The word Hindu means a thug, a rogue, an undependable fellow, a despicable fellow to be condemned. This is the word meaning of Hindu in Persian. Hindu Kush is the mountain which was used for killing these rogues. They were driving away the thieves who had to fall from the steep fall and die. This is how the origin of Hindu. Hindu is a word which is not found in any of the scriptures. Ultimately, according to their own logic and what they say, it is Persians who named the people living in this southern part of the Sindhu as Hindus. Hindu is the name of a population, not of a religion. Because one who dominates, one who believes in his own sociology, no religion, it can't be religion. Australians are a people. There is nothing like Australianism as a religion. Europeans are a people. There is no religion like Europeanism. Dravidians are a population. Dravidianism, there is no religion. There is, first of all, therefore, please understand, there is no religion like Hinduism. If there was a religion, why did Buddha come up? Why did Guru Nanak come up? Why did our own Basavanna in Karnataka came up? And why Mahavira came up? Jainism. These are all Protestant religions. Protestant is a word which comes from the word protest. They protested against these Vedas, these Smritis and Sanskrit texts and all that. They said, goodbye to you, we don't want this religion. The first rebel was Buddha. That is why Ambedkar worships Buddha. He never spoke of this Vedas or Puranas and all these things. And these people have a very good mechanism, I mean a kind of a trick which my friend can enlighten. They can take over. Whoever is powerful will be called our man. Just as Modi nowadays calling Gandhi Every day he talks of Gandhi. People who killed him are now worshipping Gandhi. When the personality of Buddha was so great, who destroyed this caste system and all that, the whole country became Buddhist. Ashoka's edicts are there. The best buildings, the best works, the best poetry were all written in Buddhist period. And it was Shankaracharya, as you all know, who made his own tricks, took the help of many kings and destroyed Buddhism. Buddha was a first protester. Mahavira was a protester. Buddhism, Jainism, our Basavanna's Lingaitism and Sikhism, they are all people who discarded, disrespected and thrown away the Vedas, the so-called scriptures, Gita and all this, Ramayana, etc. Of all these things, the most wonderful thing is Buddha never mentioned about Vedas. He talked of his own philosophy, his own doctrine and all that. Mahavira also did the same thing. Guru Nanak is a mixture of Islam and local culture. In fact, some of the verses in Granth Sahib are taken, I think, from Quran. Of all the four protesters, it is Basavanna who very loudly and clearly condemned Vedas. Yasiri, in his vachanas, in his poetry, he says, throw them out, condemned it. He has condemned it in poetry, which are available even today. And the biggest contradiction is Lingaites are leading the BJP party. It is a pure opportunism. That is a separate story. Therefore, what is the point in unity? Uniting whom? You respect Quran, you respect Prophet, you go to mosque. But there are Hindus who cannot go to temple. There are Hindus who should not read Vedas. What is all this? And there are Hindus who burnt scriptures. Ambedkar and Periyar publicly burnt scriptures. Suppose a person says, I don't believe in Quran, I don't respect the Prophet, I don't go to mosque. What will all of you say? Baba, thank you, don't call yourself a Muslim. But look at these people. We call you a Hindu, whether you like it or not. You may burn our scripture, you are a Hindu. Why you are a Hindu? I want you to be a Hindu. It is a peculiar logic which is unheard of anywhere in the world. No one says, declares ownership of another person on this person. This is a very peculiarity. All the Muslims also are Hindus, because Hindu is not defined. Even to this day it is not defined. As I told you, no scripture, no Vedas, Upanishads, whose numbers are disputed, there is no mention of Hindu. The latest Hindu law doesn't say who is a Hindu. You please take any of these four laws about adoption, about marriage, about inheritance and maintenance. There are four laws under the Hindu Code Bill, which came into force in 1955. In that law books, the Hindu law which is in force, Hindu is not defined. There is a clause in all these four acts, applicability. This law applies to the following persons. Briefly stated, those who are not Muslims, Christians, Jews and Parsis. To these people it applies. In other words, it is a negative description. That way, the whole world is Hindu. And what did the Supreme Court say? These people themselves argued, definition of Hindu. No, Supreme Court has very clearly said, Hinduism is not a religion, it is a way of life. That means it is sociology. Untouchability, casteism, don't touch me. It is sociology and not religion. Supreme Court says Hinduism is not a religion. And the word Hindu is the most used word, abused word. Hindu Dharma, Hinduism, Hindutva. What happens when words without definition, words without clear meaning is daily used, thoughts are diffused, debate loses its way. That is what is happening in India. Fundamentally speaking, there are, I can quote, I have got given it to my friend. There are clearly things which say you all people are not equal. Very clearly says, there is a chapter in Rig Veda which is repeated in all the Vedas and in other scriptures, that the Brahmin came from the mouth of God, from the face of God. Shudra came from the feet of God. So there is clear inequality. Article 14 and so-called Hinduism cannot go together. That is the basic truth behind all the social conflicts. And about cow, Hindus worship cow since when? Which scripture says so? On the other hand, Manusmriti, Manu Dharma Shastra, which is the most popular Smriti, says how to eat cow, how to cook and how to eat cow. There are many other Smritis, scriptures, which say how to select the cow before cutting it and eating it. Guest, in Sanskrit, guest is called Go Gna. Gna means destroyer. Go means cow. Gna. The best way to honor honorable guest is to offer him food prepared out of beef. Cow's beef, not simply beef. Go Gna. Some dictionary, they are making mischief. They are now, in some of the dictionaries they say, Madhuparka. Madhuparka means it is a mixture of curds and honey. But in the olden dictionaries, in Smritis, in scriptures, they say Madhuparka cannot be without cow's beef. Not simply beef, cow's beef. None of these people who are talking of Hindutva can cite an authority to say that cow should not be killed, beef should not be eaten. There is no basis. It is our faith. For everything they say faith. Where is the proof to show that Mughal Emperor Babur destroyed the temple near Agra, Ayodhya, Faizabad? It is our faith. They go by faith. What is the faith? Faith is dictated by the Brahmin, not by the other people. And now, then comes to Garvapsi. Garvapsi connected with this Hindutva. You kept the people outside the town. You might have heard the name Halgeri, the place where untouchables live. They cannot come into the main village. I used to tell my friend, they call Hindu Rashtra. I tell them, show a Hindu village where all Hindus live together. It is not Brahman Rakeri, Halageri, Halayiru, that means untouchables. In a capital, Kolar, you know, Kolar, Chikbalapur, they are all district headquarters. There are streets called Brahmin streets. You know that. It is called Brahmin street. So it is not, it is a sociology and not a religion. What is the, I told you, in order to be a Hindu, should a person believe in God? They give a lengthy answer where answer is not given. It is not said so. So this is such a confusion. Now Garvapsi, I am not telling. It is Vivekananda who says, people who could not tolerate the oppression of Brahmins became Muslims, whom they are now adoring, and he has become a mascot of the Hindutva. He says so. Garvapsi means back to home. he was kept outside the village. Where is the which home he is coming back to? It is utter futile exercise. It can never happen. I think I have spoken enough time. I have been speaking. If there are anything, doubts working in your mind, you may raise questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shridar Murthy. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. मैं आपका सच्चे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ. अल्लाह आपको हिदायत दे इंशाल्लाह.